Well, new morning. Just finished a weekend of day shifts and I've started ripping out this dashboard. It's been pretty easy. So the bracket on either end, couple of half-inch bolts, a couple of half-inch bolts in the center. Remove the handbrake completely, drop it, because there's a bracket attached to the dash. So there's a couple of bolts, a couple of nuts rather, in the engine bay. Undo the handbrake, lower it, lower the steering, although I didn't really need to do that. And then there's a few screws at the top. Let them off, and yeah, just give it a bit of a jiggle, a bit of a shake, and now it's come off. Now I've got all these old crusty 80s clips I've got to undo, but it definitely need to come off because there's like mouse turds and garbage nests, you know, and the beautiful red dust that this car's got. So I'll keep cracking on. Well, it wasn't too bad. I just had to undo all of these old crusty clips, and yeah, the whole lot just came out. So it's a good thing I'm pulling it out. There's rat turds and nests. Who knows what lives inside those. Right, look, man, you don't want to take your family out on a nice Sunday drive without cleaning it, at least giving the airbox a clean. Look, it's just filthy. So anyway, I've got to clean all this up, remove the airbox, and I'm going to blow it all out and start pulling it down. But yeah, it's just ugly, but it had to be done, being an old farm car. Oh, I've taken the dash out, taken the heater box out, taken the steering box out, because the plan was to start giving this engine bay a good clean, including down there. Anyway, I thought we'll have to take the steering column out to get around where the screws come out. I didn't want them coming through when I paint. So anyway, long story short, the deeper you dig, the more you find. I could smell old water stain smell in this insulation. I've found rust here, and ooh, nasty. So it looks like I'm gonna have to cut open the plenum chamber and replace that, which I wasn't really looking forward to. I found a lot of surface rust and stuff in there too, so I'm going to be going to town with the wire brush, clean all this old goo off, see what lies beneath, and if I can salvage any of it, good, I'll rust convert it and reseal it. But I'll definitely have to take that plenum off. Not happy. Well, this is progress. I've taken out the big bracket that goes on here. Plan is I'm going to cut along here, down there, and I'll just pop out these spot welds and lift this section out. That'll give me access to the inner plenum there. So here goes. Smoke. Yeah, have a look at this. Ugh. There you go. She's a bit of a mess. All that leaf litter and crap. So you get that little channel there, that little baby channel there for it to flow out. It's got no chance, well, very little anyway. So anyway, just, that's all rotted out there too. I'll assess the damage. I have to get the wire wheel in there. Might have to pause the video and assess the damage. Right, just cut that out. It's funny, that big rust thing there, because it obviously got underneath the paint. Underneath the paint there and started rusting. Yeah, anyway, that gives me access now to all in here. So I'm going to go to town. I'm going to start drilling out the spot welds. So I'm going to make a new one of those thingamajigs. And I'm going to clean out all inside the plenum here and coat it with some paint. Yum yum. Right, so I've got the rest of the junk out. I cleaned it up, and I've just got a heap of rust converter on there now. So I'll let it do its thing. Clean it all up, and then we'll start putting the new piece, the new section on. And then after that, we shall paint her up and put this plenum back together. Well, I've just mocked up a new piece. Let's have a look at it. There you go. So I've just rust converted all that. I'll put the zinc rich primer on it and clean that up a bit. I've got to treat all this. I've got to finish welding that up. Spot weld into place, or plug weld it rather. And then finally seam seal all around it, so there won't be any more rust forming. So slowly getting there. Well, it's been the middle of winter. Takes a bit for this paint. I've been literally watching this paint dry. So anyway, I've just put some Sikaflex sealant all the way around. So if there's any little gaps in my welds, I've sealed them all up, and there's some lumpy bits there, a few on the back where a plug weld. I'll dress the inside up now with a rotary burr, and then I'll seal all that up from the inside, so there's no chance of any water getting in there ever again. And then I'll start, I'll give another coat of paint, and then I'll start putting it all back together again. Here comes a long task of stitching it all up. So I've started along there. Gap's gonna be a little bit radical along there. It's not too bad there, and yeah, so anyway, here goes nothing. We'll stitch it all up and slowly get it back together. And this thing, it's a good thing is I can just weld up, plug weld the spot welds, and Bob's your uncle. So yeah, that's all been cleaned up and primed. So I'll crack on with this, and yeah, it should be finished soon. What a pain in the bum this is. This is all good practice. next year I start on my new project, like an XA coupe. I've just got all this welded back. I dressed it, just filled in some little holes here and there. There's a big one there that I've had to have a crack at filling in. I'll bug it up here though. It's not very level here, but it's warped a little bit. So yeah, I'll have to use a bit of filler I think on that. Should have paid more attention. But it's locked down now, so I'll dress back these last bits and put the plate that goes over here, and before I do that I've got to Sikaflex this seam while I've got access to it, and then yeah, we'll put that plate on, and then this last bit of rust will be done. Finally finished the Plenum repairs. I found some more rust. Surprise, surprise. So there we go, all plug welded, bodgy plug weld. I'll just put some filler in that just to smooth it up a bit, but it's rock solid, better than the factory. There's a couple of holes there, but that's all right, just go straight into the Plenum, and there'd be a little rubber thing that goes over that, rubber sheet. But yeah, it's all weldering. I've also got some sealant that I've painted over. The paint hasn't stuck to it too well. So now I'll give it a coat of edge primer, and then I'll move on to these bits here. See, you can see where it's all starting to lift up, so I'm gonna have to unpick these spot welds and cut this section out, I think. Put some more steel in there, and then on the other side it's a little bit worse. See, it's all starting to lift up real badly, so yes, hopefully that'll be the last of the rust. So the poor light, just using an old work light here. So anyway, that's a lot better now. It's all been, I've ripped out all the old sealant, scratched all the rust out, treated it, and then put new sealant in. So yeah, it's all good now. Happy days. It's another job done. Just as well I took the dash out, because yeah, if I left the dash in there I would have gotten wet feet. So, but anyway, it's all done now. I think I'll go over all the inside here with a sponge and a spray bottle and just clean it all up, and then yeah, that'll hopefully be the end of all the bush dirt, all the dust. There you go. There you go. That's the that was the good side. It hardly had any lumps in it, and you can look at all that rust. It's pretty gnarly. More rust out to the pile. This one here. There's many spot welds. Anyway, I'll grind around that. This is the worst one, real lumpy. So I'll grind a slot around there and lift that one up, see what that one looks like. What's going on here? Ew, yuck. She's nasty. Stress. Woohoo! That's actually rusted underneath the second skin. Ugh, have a look at this. Oh. Look at that. Oh, yum. That's all from this part here. It's all gone. Ugh. So looks like I'll be cleaning this up and making a new section. So hopefully this will be the end of the rust. More to the pile. It's getting bigger.